misunderstood. I was about to say. All right. Okay. All right. What a crazy. What the hell? What a crazy, crazy move towards the end of the day. What a crazy move. We will definitely come back and we'll definitely talk about this. But first and foremost, let's get into the news so we know what to look out for going into tomorrow's stream. So we got FOMC Wednesday coming out tomorrow. All right, so we all know that we got CPI coming out at 7:30. Yo, what's up, Gangway? What's up? I know you caught this big move. I know you caught this. We're almost to that target that you was talking about at 19,999. We're almost there. We're about 600 points off. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, we got CPI coming in tomorrow. My assumption is that it's going to show that inflation is definitely increasing. I mean, should be no surprise to anybody. I mean, why else would they release it on the same day that Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak? But as I stated earlier in the stream, it doesn't matter what this shit says. It matters what Jerome Powell says. So that's what's going to dictate how the market reacts to this tomorrow. We do got some crude news here at 9:30, and at 1 o'clock through 1:30, we got FOMC, the rate decision, and we have the press conference coming out at 1:30. Hey man, look, I don't doubt it. I mean, I understand that we are in a bullish environment. I do understand that. What I'm failing to grasp is the level of regardedness by these bulls. I mean, the market is literally trading in one direction. It is literally trending in one direction. Bears don't even get to eat in this market anymore. Bears don't get to eat at all. They're just used as fuel to push this market higher. That's all bears get. That's all they get. Yeah, so we definitely got a lot to look out for going into tomorrow. Definitely got a lot. Actually, well, I'll say that. Well, I'll say it now and I'll say it towards the end of the stream. I just realized that I have an appointment tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, so I won't be able to stream tomorrow. I really don't know how long this meeting or this appointment is going to last. I should be back by the FOMC. And we definitely going to gamble, baby. We definitely gambling. But we will see. I should be back before 1:30. And once the press conference start, or maybe around that time, we're going to start the stream up. I got my gamble account already ready. And we're going to gamble, baby. We gambling. Because you're not going to get any amount of volatility that we get outside of Jerome Powell, so we're going to definitely gamble that. You showing us some bears? Hey, like I said, I know you're not invited to the bear chat. I know all your bear friends are just like, yo, like, when do we get to eat? When do we really get to eat? Because let's actually go into the chart. I mean, this right here should have been at least a range rotation down, but you can see that the top of the range from Monday's open, they use that as support to blast this market higher. So we had a range breakout, and let's actually draw that out. I mean, we had a range breakout, and not only did we have a range breakout, shoot, the market has continued to trade up higher. So this is technically price acceptance up here. The market has accepted price at these higher levels. And that means something, because if we do get a move to the downside, we know that this will be a great area to go long, because price has accepted above this level. You can see that the market is starting to trend off the 21 EMA. It's separated off the 21 EMA. It retested it, and we're still trading higher, even though we have a major news release going into tomorrow. So I can definitely see price trade back into this area. Definitely see it. And we did talk about, so actually let's look at that, because if the market is doing this, and I guess I'm failing to also disregard that, yeah, we have a forward contract, and I keep forgetting that, or I keep disregarding that this forward contract, we're not going to sell off as long as this forward contract is still pumping up. And you can see that we made it to 19.5. So gain weight. Once the market switched to the September contract, you literally got 400 points if you're still in this position. You literally got 400 points, and we know that the market can do that in a day on the Nasdaq. 400 points until you get that 9,999 target. Shit, what you gonna do once you get there? Hey, you know you gotta put the screenshot in the Discord. Damn, that's so goddamn close. Only 400 points away from your goal. You gonna short it? I agree with that. I think if we get here, we definitely seeing about a 300 point drop. Who's not gonna short this? Who's not going to short that 20K target? We're dropping about 300 points once the market gets there. But this forward contract, after we saw that that move, yeah, this has definitely been trading, and this is only an 1800 tick chart. So that means that the market has only been literally trading to the upside with this minor pullback, and has been trading to the upside. So this shows you that I keep forgetting that once these new contracts come out, you can get moves like this. You can put a lot of risk on these, and the market does trade usually to the upside once they open up. So just be ready for that pump, that gap up on the new contracts when we move to them. But let's go back to the charts, baby. But yeah, so actually, let me actually show y'all this as well. This tool, I'm gonna really look into this tool, because look where the market stopped at initially. It stopped right at this golden fib, and it used this golden fib right here to trade higher. It used this golden fib to this golden fib, and if you got in here and had your target right here, you still would have left money on the table. You still would have left money on the table with this trade. So yeah, we're definitely going to start to use this this fib tool, because it has shown and it's proven itself that it is definitely an effective tool. Definitely effective. All right, so but let's talk about what actually happened throughout the day. So obviously, we talked about this in last night's NA meeting. We talked about the market actually grinding down overnight. My initial assumptions here on the Nasdaq was that we was going to get a continuation down. We was going to get a break of this structure, and then see a move like this. Or not actually up here, but possibly here to retest this area, or to trade back into this range. That was my initial assumption based on all the bearish momentum in pre-market. Apparently we didn't get that, or not apparently. Obviously we didn't get that. obviously it tapped right into this area. It tapped right into this area, and from here, the market never looked back. It did not look back. We had one quick pullback, and then from here, the market went straight up. And so that leaves the question, what happens tomorrow? What happens overnight? At least on the Nasdaq, price is still grinding higher. If we do get a pullback, it'll probably be here at this 21 EMA or the 50, and I'll probably chop in a range until we get the official release coming out tomorrow morning. And if it is bad, the market is high enough to absorb a drop back to this range right here. This is about what, a 120 point move. And so this is a 120 point move back to this. We can definitely see that happen. If the market trades through this area, we still have the top of this range here at 86, which honestly is more likely to happen. And from here, we can possibly see a move back up to test that high once Powell speaks, or maybe throughout the day, because we already know that, or then let's use this word. It's highly likely that Powell is not going to cut or raise rates tomorrow, but leave them the same. I think the market is going to be listening to his forward guidance on his plans on the market, what he's looking for, and what would influence a rate cut decision. I think that's what the market is going to be looking for in his press conference tomorrow, for sure. But the market is trading like they don't care. They're not going to miss this run up this time. And unfortunately for the bears, they're just getting used as fuel as they try to short this market as it goes up. So it's unfortunate for the bears. It's really unfortunate. Okay. But I mean, there's really not much to talk about with the NQ right now. I mean, there's really no planning for a move, especially when we have news release at 7:30. So there's really not much to talk about on this. But I guess what we can talk about is the fib tool and the results of this fib tool. We got in here at 1923. We left about 30 points on the table with this trade, trading the fib levels here at this 23%. Our first trade was to this golden fib level, which was about a 40 to 50 point play. However, I did close this position long, and I shorted it here. I wanted to see if this fib level was going to be used as resistance. That's what I really wanted to see. Once I recognized that the bulls were actually using this area not as resistance, as support, I did close this trade. We went long, and we caught this whole move going up from this golden fib level. And I think this was like, what, a 70 point move right here that we caught? A 70 point move using this golden fib, literally in the middle of the chart. So we got a 40 point move, a 70 point move, and we caught 110 points, basically just using these fib levels, not even looking at the structure, not actually analyzing anything, just getting in at these fib levels and just trading them. And then you can see that the market literally came back to this fib level. I think it missed it by 3 points. It missed this fib level by 3 points. And from here, it traded to this golden fib, and it traded until this golden fib. So this tool works. It's proven itself to work. It's just unfortunate that I would have to actually find a new anchor point with this tool if the market continues to trade higher, I would have to find a new anchor. And that's what's going to be the challenging part. Because yeah, this works. And unfortunately, the market traded outside of this range. So we're not going to be able to use this. So I'm going to have to find a new range, a new anchor point on this. But I will still keep this. I will still keep this just in case price does crash back down into this area and we can use it. And I think we had 3 micros. And actually, let me look at the trades that we took today. Yeah, so we lost $27. We gained 274, which honestly, I thought we had like a $300 point play. Let me look at this. For some reason, it's not showing it. For some reason, it's not showing the trades for today. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not showing the trades for today. I don't know why it's not showing it, but no, we can go over it again. We can go over it again. Okay. So no, right now we only was talking about the Nasdaq, and we was talking about this tool. I mean, mostly we had this range breakout. So yeah, yeah, I think he was in the stream today. Yeah, we caught this move. So what I was talking about was this fib tool and how these golden zones have definitely been key areas where the bulls have come in, and they've used these areas to trade price higher. But I mean, you can see it on the hourly chart, and you can see it on the tick chart that towards the end of the day, we did have this range breakout here. And from this range breakout, the market has traded higher. And because the market has traded higher and didn't do one of these numbers, that means the market has accepted price here at these levels. So shorting this and thinking that the market is going to reverse would definitely be a mistake. It's definitely going to be a mistake. If the market does begin to grind lower overnight, this will be the area that you will want to trade into, because this is the area where the bulls will come in. They will make an attempt to push this market higher. We don't know if they're going to be successful, but this area is definitely going to be an area where they will try to come in and make a retest of the high. If the market continues to grind or chop to the left, and we see the market trade lower due to the news, I do believe that initially this level may get traded through and price may end up here at this range. And from here, we'll see the bulls come in and then try to make an attempt to move this market higher. But we will see. I mean, the last CPIs that we've gotten like massive drops, massive drops. So maybe the market is trading higher because of that. Also, the front contracts are actually trading higher as well. I believe it's at 500. So as long as those are trading higher, this June contract is going to continue to trade higher as well. I have yet to see the front contract trade higher and the previous month trade lower. I have not seen that yet. I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, but I haven't personally seen it. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing to really talk about on the Nasdaq because of this range breakout. The only thing that you have to look for is this retest of this area for right now. I wouldn't short this unless you see exhaustion from the bulls. However, I think the market is going to continue to grind up higher overnight, especially in Europe, if Europe continues this trend higher. So that's all I got for the Nasdaq so far. And here on the ES, I believe Tommy caught this move going up this morning. As I was looking over the charts, honestly, I was beating myself up because I missed this. I missed this. The reason why I missed this is because of my bearish bias. I figured that the market was going to grind lower, which we did grind lower. However, what I miscalculated was the regardedness of these bulls. I had to continuously remind myself that the market is not trading in a traditional sense. Bears are no longer getting a rotation down lower. And when they finally are able to rotate price lower, these bulls are buying it up. So I have to remember that. It's challenging, but I have to remember that. Yeah. The Nasdaq is definitely in an instrument that if you're not cool with certain things, you would definitely get caught up in it. You would definitely get caught up in it because the Nasdaq will do things where it will expand away from your entry, depending, like if you have a good entry. Let's actually look at that and see if we can find an example. Because yesterday I was talking about, I believe it was this move down. Yeah. So yeah, yesterday at the end of the stream, I said that the market was going to go short here, but the market was going to possibly find support here at this 55 level. I actually took this trade, and initially, even though I said that the market was going to bounce here at 55, I had to really but I had to remind myself that 55 is the area where the bulls are highly likely to come in, because I was targeting this area right here for the bulls or for the bears to reach. But obviously, if I didn't get out of this position right here, I would have got all the way back to break even. And I know this move right here would emotionally hijack a lot of traders, especially if you was, so let's just say that you got in at 18.18 as an example. 18. This right here was a 63-point move. And if you didn't take profits in this, you went from 63 points back down to break even. This right here would just emotionally hijack a lot of people. And a lot of people would have closed out their shorts and went long just to get caught on the short side. And moves like this is what a lot of Nasdaq traders fall victim to, because the Nasdaq does trade structurally, but at her own time. And you can see that now that the candles are painted, you can see the structure. You can see the ranges, you can see the range expansions, you can see the range rotations, You can see the double bottoms, the head and shoulders. You can see the structure after she's done. But while she's moving and she's creating structure, she's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And a lot of people get emotionally caught up in. That's why one of the main reasons why I switched to the ES on this YouTube channel is because I know that trading the ES is definitely more better for most traders, because the ES obviously does not trade like this, obviously, but the Nasdaq does provide a lot of trade opportunities if you can see it. Yeah. Yeah, the Nasdaq will definitely do that. The Nasdaq will definitely do that. Definitely. But if y'all guys missed it, I mean, this fib tool, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but this actually makes trading the ES easier, at least for me. And look, I've had this fib tool for 3 days now, and these levels have been working out. And towards the end of the day, you can see that the market traded right back into this golden fib up here. We got a little rejection from this fib, and price is obviously trading above it, obviously. But it's just a simple fact that the bulls used it as support. They used it here to take their profits. You can see that they took their profits, and then the bulls bought it right back up. You can see that we got this breakout from this golden fib. We got this move down right back into this golden fib, and you can see from here, if you got in here at this fib right here and just held it until this fib, this right here was like almost a 100-point move. I think a 90-point move, about a 90-point move. And if you held it to this was about, what is that? 243 minus 60. Yeah, so this is about a 180-point move right here. Yep. So yeah, we definitely going to this. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this. I've already got an account that I'm going to use to trade with this. Win or lose, we're going to trade around these fib levels, and that's just how we're going to play it. And we're going to see what happens. I mean, obviously, I'm going to use technical analysis and everything else with the charts, but this tool will just make it easier. But going back to the ES, so I mean, even the ES is trading like the freaking Nasdaq. But the good thing about the ES is that we don't get this whipping of back and forth. And I'm kind of mad that I missed this move. I mean, this was a classic two-legged pullback into a support area. It was classic. And when I look back at this, I was like, how the hell did I miss this? How the hell did I miss this? How did I miss it? Because we got this breaker structure. They came back to the 21 EMA where they blasted. You got this prior area of support. I mean, I could have at least did this double bottom at least. I could at least had a limit sitting here at 38. I think I would have took, what, about 5 points, 6 points in drawdown, I believe, if I entered here at this double bottom. But I was looking for price to come around this 29 level. This is actually the area that I thought the market was going to trade into. The reason why I thought that the market was going to trade into this 29 level is because I figured that shit, the market took out this low. Why not double bottom here? Why not? But because I was so focused on this level right here, I totally missed this two-legged pullback. They found support here at this area, and from here they got this move higher. So I was kind of beating myself up about missing that move, but we got the points on the Nasdaq, so I mean, I guess that makes up for it. However, the ES did the same thing that it did yesterday as well, where it had a reversal pattern right here, and then the bulls did not allow the bears to make a rotation down lower, and they used their stops as fuel to push this market higher. So the bears are definitely getting it in every market. And if they're getting it on the ES, I mean, you know there's something up with the market right now. And this is a great area for the market to actually at least get a double bottom, if not a double bottom, here in this range. This was a great short. Well, actually, I would have waited for them to trade it back into this range. But this was a good short. This is a good short. I mean, the market did short, so this is what, 62? About 49. So you got 10, 11, 12. I mean, it's about a 13-point move. I guess that's good for the ES, I guess. But man, this expansion higher on the ES after hours, or going into the after hours. But I mean, you can see that on the ES chart. The ES had a range breakout, but not as big as the Nasdaq, obviously. You can see it. You can see this small candle right here. But unlike the Nasdaq, the market did this number right here, where price is now trading back inside this range. Yeah. The market is trading right back inside this range. So technically we had a range breakout, but there hasn't been price acceptance on the ES yet. So we need to, but I mean, it does look like the market is still going to trade higher overnight, even though the price has come back into the range. And if you look over here at the 1 hour chart, yeah, you can see that the market is definitely going to continue to trade higher. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of bullishness. We had one small red candle, and this red candle right here, this is almost a doji, and it did close more towards the end of the range. However, you can see that this next follow-up candle, this is looking very bullish. So I do expect for the market to continue up higher overnight. That is definitely a bullish candle right here. Definitely bullish. Yeah, for Shiro, I had to do the same thing. It's a good and bad thing at the same time. The good thing about it is that you're going to be in the same trade. With the Nasdaq, you'll get out of a trade and you'll be looking for your next hit. I mean, let's just be real. The Nasdaq is a pure drug. That she is a bad bitch. She is a drug. And once I got back trading the Nasdaq a little bit, that dopamine hit is very addictive. But once I started trading the ES and being in the same trade for multiple hours, it shows me that I'm only taking one trade. Once I get my 10-point target hit, I mean, that's enough right there. I mean, it's not what I'm used to, but it's enough, I guess. And I can leave runners on the ES. And she's not going to do all that faking out that the Nasdaq does. She moves in the direction that she's going to move into. And you don't have to worry about the fake outs. She doesn't trade above highs. I mean, you can safely get in short here, have your risk reward short, get in at 72, have a stop here at 76, 75. And you know that if your stop gets hit, you're wrong. I mean, that's the beauty about trading the ES. That's what's beautiful about her. But just like you said, you're going to be waiting for it. Shit, you're going to be waiting 7 to 8 hours just to get your target hit. Yeah. And that was the one thing that I do not miss on the Nasdaq. It's the fake outs. I keep a 27-point stop and I don't move it because of the fake outs. I don't move the stop. It's either here's my target or here's my stop. I mean, I had to get it. That's how stubborn I had to be to trade the Nelly, because she does that fake out bull crap, kind of like this move right here. I know a lot of people got caught in this move. I know it. Because with all this bullish momentum, with a combination of all this trending higher, why would you not think that the market was not going to continue higher? I just knew that when I took this short, I just knew that we was in supply. And I knew that if I didn't take my profits here at this low, that I was going to get caught. So I took this, I saw it trade right back into the supply area, and I took this short because I was like, there's no way that the market is going to trade back into this range once we saw that this big drop happened. And I had my 27-point stop, and I was going to accept that I was going to lose it if I was wrong. The Nasdaq requires sacrifice. You don't get to put your stops in break even or in profit and thinking that you're going to get the whole move. That's not how she works. She requires the right, or she wants the right to take your stops whenever she wants to, if you want to be successful. At least that's how I imagine her. And I was able to get both of these drops because I was like, well, I don't think that the market is going to go higher, so it has to probably trade back into this range. And I almost fell for that same trap here because I was still targeting this area right here because I was like, dude, it has to come here. But if I didn't trail this position, I would have got caught. I don't think I would have got stopped out. I wouldn't have gotten stopped out. Actually, looking at this, I wouldn't have gotten stopped out because eventually it did come here. Yeah, eventually it did come here. But if I was in this trade and saw that it came to my break even, I would say that I still would have been in this position. But this is a recipe for revenge trading for me. I probably would have added more to this just to make up for me being up this amount of points, allowing it to trade all the way back up, going past my break even. I would have added to this position. I know I would have. But I mean, that's just the Nasdaq. She'll get to this area when she'll get to this area, and she'll do it on her term. And you can see that once she got to the bottom of this range right here. So she got to the bottom of this range because this is exactly the area that I was targeting. This is the area I was targeting right there. And you can see that once she got into this range right here, if I stayed in this thing, if I was like, no, I need more because I stayed in this position longer, not only would I got stopped out, but actually, no, that didn't happen today. Hold on, actually, no. Yeah, I misspoke. If I stayed in this position, if I didn't get out that position, yeah, I wouldn't have been positive, or I wouldn't have been negative, but this move didn't happen until after the market reopened last night. And so that's just the one thing about the Nasdaq that you just have to be mindful of, is that she'll get to this area when she gets to that area. Yeah. Okay. But like I said, I like after I started trailing this position, I just stepped away from my computer. I had my 2 trades for the day, so I was cool with that. And I was saying, like I said, I shared this morning, but I was telling Smith that, man, I really wanted to get back in and start trading the Nasdaq again, but she's so addictive, and it's easy to overtrade with her. You can definitely overtrade and lose all your money with her. So tomorrow, I just well, yeah, tomorrow I won't be starting the stream tomorrow in the morning. I got an appointment. Oh, I just realized I had an appointment tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'll try to be back before the FOMC decision at 1:30, or the press conference. I'll try to be back before 1:30. I should be done before 1:30. And we'll start the stream at 1:30. If not, then we'll do the stream at the end of the day. But when I trade when I trade a major news release, the one thing I'm looking for is the origin of the move. So as an example, let's just say the market started here. I know that this is an area of resistance. I know that if the market is, let me see. If the market is doing this in one area, then I know that there's going to be liquidity above it. I know that there's going to be liquidity below. What I'm looking for is where the market swipes the liquidity and what direction it's going to go. So we know that the market likes to, so if it's going to the downside, we see a move up and a massive move down. What I like to do,
connection lost.
What I like to do with big moves, if I can catch it, I'll just have my entry in the same area where there's going to be liquidity. So if I think we're going to go to a down move, this is where I'll have my entry. It's a gamble. That's why I would never recommend trading an account that you've worked hard to grow when trading news, because first of all, you may not even get filled. And if you are in this move and you have a stop here, you're going to have a lot of slippage, especially with Top Step X, because I read in their forums is that they've made this platform similar to market conditions, which means that you're kind of trading it's still simulated, but they've got it to the point to where it's actually really, you're trading the market kind of like their live accounts for real. So you just have to come in with the mindset that you know you're gambling. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend gambling with the account that you've worked hard for. So like I said, once I see that swipe up, I'm putting my entry right here. And if it comes down, then I know it's going to crash down. I know it's going to crash below this range. I know it's going to tap into this liquidity. And all you got to do is really trail your stop, or have a target where you think price will go. That's usually how I trade it. I mean, if you've seen my FOMC gamble party videos, you see that I kind of trade this way. I kind of get in once I see the liquidity sweep, and I get out once it moves to the area where I think it's going to go. And you'll see it tomorrow. You'll see it tomorrow. But if you're talking about trading CPI, I would definitely not, yeah. Yeah. But I think that's it. I don't expect the market to come down. Maybe the ES, we may get a retracement back to the 21 EMA on the ES. But like I said, on the hourly chart, it does look very bullish. And we may just chop in a range all night until we get the decision tomorrow with CPI. So there can be liquidity on the top and the bottom of the range. So again, let's say that price trades in this range right here. We got liquidity above, we got liquidity below. The market likes to take out one side, put your entry right here, and most likely, more often than not, it's going to come down, it's going to take out this liquidity, and it's going to run lower, and vice versa. If we see this, either it's going to come back up or it's going to continue to go down. But I'm gonna still have my entry right here, waiting for the market to do this. And you may lose. It's a gamble. As long as you know it's a gamble, then you gamble at your own risk, or you trade at your own risk. Yeah, no problem, man. But yeah, that's all I have. Honestly, with this range breakout, it does change a lot of things. You really can't plan for range breakouts. The only thing you can really look for is this entry here at 372, but it looks like they've already done it on the ES already. They haven't done it on the NQ, but they've already done it on the ES. So this is going to be challenging. You can see that they broke out the range. They broke out of it. They've already tested it. And from here, they've already moved up, and they're testing this higher range right here. So we may see this number with the ES, maybe, or we can see it continue to go up. But I mean, it does look like the bears want to come in, but I don't trust it on the ES. Not even for a scalp, I wouldn't trust it. Hmm. Hmm. We'll see. We'll see. I do feel that I do kind of feel that. mm, we'll see. Because after my meeting's done, I mean, I can always come back, but by that time, it does appear that everybody's done. The market does slow down at that time, around that after that 11 after London closes. Mm. All right, that's gonna be something for me to consider. I still have to go to my meetings, but maybe because I still look at the charts around 130. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. I may test it on Thursday, like around after lunch, 1 o'clock, 1:30 ish. But then I have another meeting at 2 o'clock as well. I have another meeting at 2. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, okay, it'll be something that I consider. If we see the market move, like after that first meeting and we in the stream and the market's beginning to move, I don't mind coming back on stream and trade, because I do usually take trades around that 1:30, that 1 o'clock, 1:30 mark. But at that point, I don't think that nobody's looking at their charts at that point. I'm thinking everybody's made their money and they're going on about their day, so I don't really start the stream. But If it's something that people would want, I don't mind doing it because I'm trading anyway. So yeah, I mean, if it's something, then yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We can definitely do some more trading because I'm doing it anyway. So it's not something that's inconvenient or anything. Is there going to be anybody that's going to be still trading at that time? So, but all right, guys, I appreciate y'all for joining. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait to see what the market brings tomorrow with the CPI. At this point, that's all we can do at this point. But all right, guys, I appreciate y'all guys joining, and peace out.